I'm speaking with Will Nye, who's a refugee from Burma. Now, Will, you've been in Australia some time now.
Thank you. My name is Will. I've been here for 16 years now, and I left in 1988 from the country.
Now, you left because you were frightened of what the future was going to hold for you?
Correctly, because of my involvement in the political situation, political activities, especially human rights and democracy. So after the military coup in 1988, September 18, I left the country. Because if I don't leave it, I will be arrested or I will be killed straight away. So that's the reason I left the country.
And you were saying it wasn't as hard as you thought it was going to be to actually get out.
Oh yes, because the country is although run by the military regime, the dictatorship actually, the all border area is run by the ethnic minority armed resistance groups, especially like because the country belongs to not only Burmese people, and also there are many different ethnic groups in the country. That's the reason I quickly get out, and then in 2-3 hours time I could join, and I was able to join with the resistance group.
And once you joined those, you were in the border area. How long did you spend with the resistance group?
I was there for 6 years, especially fighting back with the regime. Moreover, I also had to fight with the malaria as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And during that 6 years, you must have been in some very dangerous situations at times.
Yes, I involved in a few armed confrontation with the regime, and also a bit hardship because of the lack of food, lack of medicine, and then there are lots of the living condition as well, really bad, poor condition. But yeah, that's the way of the resistance group, isn't it?
Much the same as in France in the Second World War, I guess.
Yes, exactly. And how there's all the armed people who fighting for what they stand facing them.
Now, you spent 6 years there, and then you snuck over the border.
Yes, after 6 years of the armed resistance group, with the armed resistance group, I left the border area for because I couldn't stand with the jungle life anymore. So and especially I was sick all the time, almost every month. I was attacked by malaria, which is really bad disease. So I left the country. I left the border area, applied for refugee in Thailand, in Bangkok.
And
I applied for refugee status at UNHCR, and then I was end up there for almost 2 years in the camp, especially.
Yep.
And then luckily I was applied for resettlement program with the Austrian embassy. Actually, I intend to go anywhere, all over the world where I can freely live safely, and that's the reason I applied. But luckily I was accepted by the most beautiful country, the best country in the world. Now I'm in Australia. Thank you.
And you've been back once?
Yes, the political situation is a little bit changed in Burma now. Since last year in 2013, they started accepted the people exile like me able to go back there. So the last 15 years, or I should say the last 25 years, I wasn't able to apply. They won't allow me to go in back there. Even I go back there illegally, I may now coming back in, or I may be not standing with you, talking to you now at all.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that story with us, and it's not very often that Australian people actually get to hear a refugee story firsthand.
That's right, sir. And also, it's really thank to Australian people, for accepting me as now I become a human being after arriving here. So, but just only one thing is, it's not political issue, but there are so many refugees like me who couldn't go back there for years and years and still waiting at the refugee camp. So, if the government can, or people welcome them. Unlike both people, I'm not saying that, but
yeah, that's right.
So if they can work, if they will be welcome in the future, their life is like much beautiful, and we can build more beautiful world like.